Hi. I took the peer pressure dialogue, um, and it was about. I took it because I thought of the situations you'd have in college about peer pressure with the people faced with drugs, drinking, cheating, sex, and stuff. And I thought it'd be a useful thing to take for advice, or I guess go over some stuff before I went into college. And the class proved to be somewhat useful. It could have been more useful. Could have gotten a lot more out of it for like the 2 hours, 3 hours it was. But basically, what we did the whole time was go over past experiences or other situations of what would happen if you fell under peer pressure and what could have happened if you didn't go under peer pressure. And basically, the stuff I got from it was, and the past stories that people were talking about, is that if you fall under peer pressure, it usually is a more fun result and you'll enjoy yourself. But the consequences in the long run are usually more damaging and hurtful to the person. And that, it's harder to say no under peer pressure, but it is usually a better choice. And, basically, it says, did I feel like our group achieved true dialogue? Yes and no. Yes, in that, at times we got together and talked about our past experiences and figured out what the true the peer pressure situations would be. And the one helpful thing, I guess, was splitting into groups and making up skits into a scenario with two different endings, one of which we fell under peer pressure and one of which we didn't. And it always ended up, having more fun. But in our skit, the person who fell under peer pressure died. So, it's not a good choice. And there were more reserved voices in our dialogue than there were active because I guess students were too shy or embarrassed to bring up situations or get involved. And I guess just a big crowd of kids, because there were a lot of kids in the room with only two leaders. And the role I played in my group was, I guess, more of a reserved voice. I talked a good bit, but it tended to be getting off subject because I guess no one wanted to be there. And the component, why is this a component to Library 100, is I guess because people are trying to get other kids aware of the peer pressure situations and what they're going to be succumb to in college, and you just keep them aware of everything going on. And I would see this dialogue as a useful tool, except for the fact that it ended up being more of a joke. And it wasn't very helpful for me in particular for my university experience because it was kind of the situations we went over is kind of obvious, but other kids, I could see them wanting to do it because it would be an easier decision. Not that I don't make bad decisions. Everyone does. But yeah. And what's next? Additional thoughts or observations. I guess things that could have gone better were that the leaders tried a bit harder to get everyone else to talk. I guess that would also go against the class thing, as it would be put kids under peer pressure to speak. So I don't know how it could have been more productive other than contradicting its dialogue itself. But I don't think it should be necessary to require someone to take a dialogue class when it may be unnecessary, incomplete. And the dialogues, I think you need a wider variation because not a whole lot of them applied to the most people. I guess get more popular subjects. And, well, that's the end of my video. Bye. Say bye, Ariel.
Bye.
Just gonna stare at you for a couple seconds.